The manhunt continues for the suspect in last Saturday's deadly attacks at Devil's Den State Park. Arkansas State Police releasing the first picture of the person of interest. Today, there it is on the right side of your screen. Yesterday, police released a composite sketch of the person of interest there you see on the left side. State police believe the suspect is a white man with a medium build. They say he was wearing a long-sleeved shirt with the sleeves rolled up, dark pants, dark ball cap, sunglasses, and fingerless gloves. Investigators believe he could have left the state park on Highway 170 or Highway 220 near the park. They've identified the couple, of course, as 43-year-old Clinton Brink and 41-year-old Kristen Brink. Investigators say their two young daughters escaped without being hurt, but still have not released any other information about the circumstances surrounding this attack. 5 News did speak this evening with West Fork Police Chief Justin Goggins on the deadly attack. He says that although his police department is not involved in the investigation, all tips are being sent over to state police. He says residents should be vigilant at this time while remaining patient with investigators.
I can't imagine the amount of information they're having to go through and sort through, especially early on in an investigation when it's very, very general information that's casting a really broad net, and it's likely to capture a lot of information that could be something, but probably isn't something, but you don't know. So you have to check it all, and that can really grind investigators down and really tie up resources and slow things down.
Chief Goggins says all tips should be directed to state police. To leave a tip, you can call the number there at the bottom of your screen, 501-618-TIPS. We'll continue, of course, following updates from state police and the latest developments as they come into the newsroom on 5 News Plus. To learn how to download it to your smart TV, text the word plus to 785-5000. Just a couple of hours ago, a jury found a Fayetteville man guilty of capital murder and sentenced him to life in prison. Kevon Jarrett was found guilty for the killing of 28-year-old Ed Swan outside of McDonald's on College Avenue in Fayetteville. His trial lasting 2 days at the county courthouse in Fayetteville. Jarrett will not be eligible parole and will serve his life sentence in the Arkansas Department of Corrections. You can read the full details of this case on our website at 5newsonline.com. Now to the death of a Charleston man in Lavaca. A few weeks ago, it will be investigated by a special prosecutor. Sebastian County Prosecuting Attorney Daniel Shue has asked for the special prosecutor to take over the case. A witness said he and Brad Jones were visiting a home to discuss money owed from a previous job where Jones was then shot and killed. Shue says the case requires a new prosecutor because of conflicts of interest that exist with people involved in this case. 5 News reporter Lauren Spencer joining us now in the newsroom, and you spoke with the prosecutor who is going to take over this case, Lauren.
Yeah, I spoke with him, and I also spoke with Brad Jones' friends and co-workers shortly after the shooting. They described him as a big teddy bear who deeply believed in the kids he worked with. His death left the Charleston community shaken, and many are asking why no arrests have been made yet. The new prosecutor on the case says there's a reason for that, and it comes down to doing things the right way. In a press release, Daniel Shue wrote, "The father of the person who caused the harm is a former Sebastian County Sheriff's deputy, and the brother of the person who caused the harm is a former Lavaca police officer and 12th Judicial Drug Task Force officer." He also said the man who was killed, Brad Jones, had been doing work for a deputy prosecuting attorney. Now, the case has been handed to the 14th Judicial District Prosecutor, David Etheridge.
I treat this case just like it's any other case would be in my district. Which means I'm going to evaluate the evidence and the facts and make a determination of whether or not I believe that there is a crime that's been committed. And not just that, do I believe it's a crime that's been committed that I believe ethically that I'm able to prosecute and get a conviction of.
Etheridge says he's expecting the case file by the end of the week. Still, over 3 weeks have passed since Brad Jones was shot and killed, and many are wondering why no one's been arrested.
I think the reason is what we're talking about right now is there's not a prosecutor to look at and make a decision. Is this a case that can be prosecuted?
He explained there's questions that still need to be answered.
Arkansas is a unique state. We are very much believing protecting individual rights, whether that be we have a stand your ground situation. Is it a situation where this was self-defense? Was there justifiable use of force? Was the force used not justifiable? And I think those are all factors everyone's trying to make sure have been viewed appropriately based on the facts that are available to us right now.
A suspect was not named in the press release, and the prosecutor told me his next steps are getting that case file, coming to Sebastian County and meeting with officers, as well as visiting the scene and looking at evidence. He's asking everyone to be patient as he works to make the right decision. Lauren Spencer, 5 News.
All right, Lauren, thanks. Josh Duggar, meanwhile, asking a federal judge to overturn his conviction of possessing child sexual assault material. Duggar was convicted by a jury in 2022 and is serving a 12.5-year prison term. He has already appealed once, but the conviction was affirmed by an appeals court. In a 54-page motion, Duggar accuses investigators of knowingly withholding evidence from his defense team. He also claims testimony during the trial was false or unsubstantiated. The Arkansas Department of Finance and Administration announcing an extension for filing state income tax returns. The DFA says the last day you can now file your state return is December 3rd. The deadline initially extended from April 15th to July 31st because of severe weather events in the state. The IRS has also extended federal tax returns to November 3rd. You must print a specific form and include it with your return, or you can check the federal extension box on your return. A big earthquake off Russia's eastern coast, prompting tsunami warnings for parts of Hawaii and Alaska tonight. An 8.8 magnitude quake hit the coast about 4 hours ago. In Hawaii, warning sirens blared in the capital of Honolulu. People were told to move to higher ground. The Pacific Tsunami Warning Center said waves of 3 to 10 feet were possible for that area. Most of the West Coast has also been issued a warning, an advisory that is. Now, state of Oregon told their residents to stay away from all beaches. One day after a gunman shot and killed 4 office workers in a Midtown Manhattan skyscraper, details are emerging suggesting the gunman was targeting the NFL. Jared Hill tells us it comes as New York City comes together to mourn those killed.
One day after a man's deadly rampage on a Midtown Manhattan office building, leaving 4 dead and a 5th wounded, New Yorkers are working to pick up the pieces. Late Tuesday, New Yorkers gathered for a vigil in the city's Bryant Park to pay tribute to the lives lost. Earlier, the body of Vigilant Islam, the 36-year-old police officer killed in the shooting, was transferred to a mosque in the Bronx. Islam leaves behind a wife and 2 young children. His wife is currently 8 months pregnant with the couple's 3rd child.
The youngest son doesn't really understand, and his eldest son is in shock.
Investigators now believe the gunman was targeting the headquarters of the National Football League.
He did have a note on him. The note alluded to that he felt he had CTE, a known brain injury for those who participate in contact sports.
Police identified the shooter as 27-year-old Las Vegas resident and casino security guard Shane Tamura. They say he died of a self-inflicted gunshot wound to the chest. Photos show him walking into the Midtown building with a high-powered rifle in plain sight. It's believed Tamura had intended to get to the NFL headquarters inside of the building, but he used the wrong elevator bank. Instead, he took his carnage from the lobby to the 33rd floor. In addition to Officer Islam, unarmed security guard Alan Detienne and real estate executive and mother of 2, Wesley LaPatner, were also killed before the shooter headed to the 33rd floor and killed his final victim, 27-year-old Julia Hyman. Tamura's online profile says he played high school football. Police say his note accused the NFL of knowingly concealing danger to the brain. Jared Hill, CBS News, New York.